I know it can't just be me, but everything costs so much money. Concert tickets, marathons, shoes, clothes, food, travel. Everything just costs so much.
Nah, hell no. Cut all these lights off. Cut them off.
I don't think we never gonna see low rent, low gas prices, low food, low anything anymore.
Why is your light bill looking like a damn mortgage payment?
Have you ever accidentally paid a bill? Because I just accidentally paid a bill and now I'm more broke than I was broke before I accidentally paid the bill. Yeah.
I'd like to invite the warmongering, feckless, spineless pieces of shit who would sooner bomb people than feed them to get fucked.
Fuck them bills.
Every time I turn around, somebody wants some more money. Damn. Rent is up. Groceries are up. Utilities are up. And my paycheck is over there sitting in the corner acting shy. Shy where? Since when? Man, run me my money. Seriously, how much more are we supposed to take? I'm sick of this. Check this out.
You don't need to go to Hawaii. You don't need to go to Seychelles. You can't afford it, boy. You can't afford it. I know you are about to marry. You are planning your honeymoon in that place. Where is it called? Zam. You want to go to Zanzibar. You don't have a job. You want to go to Zanzibar. Please. You want to go to Maldives. Maldives. Who are you? Who are you? You want to go to Maldives? Who are you?
These shoes are made for running. That's what they're gonna do. One of these days, these shoes are gonna run right on.
Fuck them bills. They ain't real anyway. This shit is an illusion made up by a modern slave master. A slave master who does not enslave you physically, but mentally. The elites use debt and economic dependence as a tool of control. The more you worry and focus on finances, the less energy you have for civic participation, education, family, or pursuing other goals. If you obsess over bills all day, your mind stays focused on fear and stress. That's why I say fuck them bills. They ain't real anyway.
I'm only at home for my 8 hours of sleep. Why is my bill so high? It's not the electricity usage, it's the delivery fee that they getting us with. I'm looking at my electric bill go up and up and up, and I don't even be at home. When I am at home, I still don't use that much electricity. So I'm like, why is my bill going up? So I'm looking at the receipt. It's not because that you're using a lot of electricity. The delivery charge for the electricity is going up. The usage I used was $120, but for them to deliver that, it costed $162. That's diabolical. So when y'all get a chance, go look at y'all bill. Look at what they charging y'all for the electricity, and then look at what they charging y'all to deliver the electricity. And this is crazy, and this is where the greed comes in. Like, y'all have good customers, but y'all want to take advantage of. Sip every dime out of their pocket until they broke as shit. No way people gotta do all this extra stuff just to survive, just to be on this earth.
Well, in the country, I got my electric bill. It was $313. I guess we'll be eating romaine noodles.
Nah, hell no. Cut all these lights off. Cut them off. All these damn lights off. Man, hell no. Goddamn. No, cause ain't no way in hell. You got me fucked up. Nah, hell no. Everything off of my house. Bro, I just paid $1.8 million on my energy bill. I'm not doing it. Candles, niggas. Light candles. I done unplugged everything. The Wi-Fi, all that shit. I don't give a damn. That shit crazy as hell. And I had to watch that shit come out of my account while I was at work. Kids, y'all better put on hoodies, long johns, sweatpants, long socks, toboggans, hats, covers, blankets, sheets, I'm not using no more energy for the rest of the year. I done tapped out already. I know it's only January, but we candle light the rest of this time. Do I hear the air fryer? Cut that shit off.
Have you ever been so broke you accidentally pay a bill? Have you ever accidentally paid a bill? Because I just accidentally paid a bill and now I'm more broke than I was broke before I accidentally paid the bill. Yeah. And what I learned from accidentally paying this bill is I gotta be more responsible with my money.
We can't afford food, we can't afford gas, we can't afford housing. No one's coming to save us. When asked to what extent did he factor in financial situations of the American people, he said, not even a little bit. I don't think about Americans' financial situations. Rising gas prices, rising food costs, rising housing costs, and he doesn't care about our financial situations. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. This is bad. This is the biggest grift of all time, and we have been had. Well, you've been had. You voted for him 2 or 3 times. That's not the point. The reason I am here is to help you make money. It doesn't matter what president is in office. You need to have a way to make money that doesn't rely on your 9 to 5. Because big corporations are who are making out on all of these deals. Tax breaks, kickbacks, bailout. Do you know who pays for that? You and me. These billionaires are getting off scot-free while we do their work for them, make them richer, and pay their taxes. Oh, and the best part? This guy wants to get you off your antidepressants. He thinks too many people in America are on antidepressants. Yeah. No duh. We are one emergency visit away from being bankrupt. Yes, let's take away the one thing that takes away some of the happiness, or at least the numbness. Our government does not care about us. And it's time we face facts and realize that.
Every time these people tell you, we can't afford that, it's a fucking lie. They can afford bombs. They can afford war. They are choosing not to afford you. 'Cause yet fucking again, Republicans are proving that they would sooner light your fucking money on fire than use it to help you go to the doctor. Just the first 2 weeks of this bullshit war with Iran, the U.S. has burned about $12 billion. $12 billion. That's enough money to pay for health insurance for about 1.6 million people. In other words, the entire population of Dallas, Texas. While they're pissing away money on this war that nobody fucking wants, they let the ACA subsidies expire, which jacked up costs for a fuckload of regular Americans. Seth and Trump's $200 billion ask for more Iran funding could fund the ACA tax credit extensions for 6 fucking years. So let's be clear. The money is there. They just don't want to spend it on you. It's the 16th anniversary of the ACA today. Most people still support it. Most people want those tax credits extended. And most people think that this Iran war is a reckless, expensive pile of shit. So I'd like to invite the warmongering, feckless, spineless pieces of shit who would sooner bomb people than feed them to get fucked.
Why is your light bill looking like a damn mortgage payment? Let's talk about it. So every month you're opening that envelope or that email that shows you that your electricity bill is climbing higher and higher. Now I'm going to tell you something right now. It's not because you suddenly started running a nightclub in your living room. And it's not because you left the lights on for too long. It's because the system is charging you more for the exact same electricity you've been using all along. Rates in some places have jumped as much as 50%. Families are cutting back, running on only the bare minimum. No extra, no waste, and still getting hit with $400, $500, $600 or more electricity bills. That's not your fault, y'all. That is the system squeezing you dry. And see, this is the kicker. These utility companies are not run like utility companies anymore. Private equity has slid right on in, y'all, treating our lights and air conditioning like it's just another hustle for profit. So between your grocery bill, your electricity bill, your car insurance, every essential that you have to pay now is a cash grab for rich people. And you're just left broke, tired, and wondering how you're supposed to survive. But don't miss this part, y'all. This was just summer. We ain't even hit winter yet. So if you think you're tapped now, just wait until that cold come creeping in for winter. Because when the system is designed to just take, the bills only go in one direction, baby.
I honestly want to know, what's the end goal with the luxury buildings? What is the end goal? Because not just here in New York, Florida, Georgia, Texas, everyone is saying the same thing. No one can afford them. And people who are moving inside of them, they don't stay there that long. Most of these new buildings are made out of fucking paper. Paper. Not even construction paper, loose leaf, bitch. Like, I've seen so many videos of people showing water falling through the roofs in these buildings. Like, it's like, what's going on? Like, literally, this shit don't even happen in the old buildings. I mean, don't get me wrong, floods happen in old buildings, but not as much as it's happening in these new buildings. Like, it's just like, what the fuck is really going on? I feel like what's about to happen with these new buildings is what happened with the projects. Like, my mother always told me, like, the projects were initially meant for white people, but then black people started to move inside of them. And if you look at these new buildings, they have schools at the bottom of it. If you're from New York, you already know. It's like, are these the new P's? Like, what's going on? Like I honestly do feel like they have a plan to tear down all of the old buildings and start from fresh. I honestly do feel like that. They want to bring a new image to NYC, if that makes sense. I feel like that. They want to push out the low income and only have it for the rich. And they're going to have it in their vision. Oh no, oh no.
I know it can't just be me, but everything costs so much money. Concert tickets, marathons, shoes, clothes, food, travel. Everything just costs so much. Once upon a time, you used to live off one person's salary, and it didn't even have to be a top tier job.
I just want to say that these grocery prices are so ridiculous, and it's really starting to piss me off because it feels like all of our extra income is going straight to groceries. I mean, we were spending before like $150 a week on a family of 4 for groceries. Now we're pushing $400 plus a week for groceries. The cost of meat is absolutely insane. We used to be able to get a pack of ground beef for like $6 or something like that. Now I went to Walmart today. It was $17 for a pack of ground beef to make some tacos. Like, what?
And if they think prayer, Bible study, and a couple Hail Marys is going to save them from answering to that high bill that they are going to have to pay for them consequences of these actions, they are out of their mind. There will never be enough confessions or kneeling at that pulpit that is going to save these people from when it's time for them to answer for their own actions. I promise you that when the time comes and they have to answer for those actions, they think them couple of donations that they made to a church here and there is going to save them. No, boo. It won't. No. You will be answering for that on your own. Faith will not save you in that. And you can think what you will, but I promise you it won't. I promise you.
Okay, serious question. How are y'all affording these gas prices? I'm lucky enough that I'm a dink, which means dual income, no kids, and me and my husband make decent money. So while it sucks to pay this much in gas, we can still do it. Like, I just spent $75 to fill up my gas tank, and it wasn't even all the way on empty. So I just want to know, how are y'all doing it? Like, the people that are just going out into the world as like a college graduate, or people who just haven't established themselves with a good job, or even people that have a pretty good job, but it just doesn't pay enough for the amount of that things cost these days. How are y'all doing it? Are you just putting more on credit cards? Is that why Trump's little minion was out there bragging about how Americans are spending more on credit cards, or what?
I don't think we never gonna see low rent, low gas prices, low food, low anything anymore. I don't even think we're gonna see that no more. Shit is rough out here for real. Like, even if you got a good paying job or a career or whatever, shit still is rough because you got all these other bills and things you gotta take care of. Shit is high. Like, looking for a place to move in is high. Moving from one place to another is money and it's high, especially if you're doing it by yourself with no help. Shit is high, and I'm about to get up and move to Idaho or something where the rent is cheap at, and the gas might be high, but I know the shit is cheaper than Miami and other places. But This Miami shit, man, it's so fucking high. Make you want to cry.
The price of literally everything has gone up so fucking much to the point where everything is literally unaffordable. I have a fucking master's degree. I still can't afford shit in this economy. Gas is through the roof at over $5 a gallon here. It costs $100 for me just to fill my fucking gas tank. Grocery prices are over fucking $500 for a family of 4 for the month. And that's not even buying the extras. That's getting half the generic shit and shopping at Costco in bulk. And don't even get me started on trying to budget and save, because all I do is use this app to track my subscriptions every month to make sure that I'm not overspending on anything that I don't need to be spending on. Honestly, it's fucking insane at this point, but what am I supposed to do to make a living and then also have any kind of social life at this point? You can't.
So everybody a millionaire now? So everybody make 10K a month? So everybody can afford to take 12 trips a year now? And I mean luxury trips, like 5-star hotel trips. We're not talking about the backpackers. Everybody maxing out their 401k and they Roth IRA. Everybody can afford a brand new 2026 car. Everybody got designer. And we all under the age of 25.
How is everyone affording life? Real question. How are you guys doing it? Because my daycare costs the same as our mortgage, which is just wild to me. And I had a crash out earlier today just about how like really expensive everything really truly is. And I just don't know how you guys are doing it. So I have a corporate 6-figure job. I should be able to afford life. We're not doing anything wrong, just life is expensive. And I'm the breadwinner in my household. There's this like constant stress, like hanging over my head all the time of you gotta make more to provide for your family, especially in this day and age. And it's wild because at the same time, I'm stuck in these corporate handcuffs and I am going through burnout. I don't want to continue doing this. I have like the mental load, hanging over my head. I'm trying to be a good mom, let alone like a good wife, daughter, sister, friend, which I'm failing at all of those things, I feel like. And if you have any tips or tricks of how you're getting through, would love to connect on them because it's wild. Hang in there. Have a good day.
I'm not saying somebody's doing something intentionally wrong, but if people are being charged for electricity that they're not using, there's a problem. If you've noticed something going on weird with your energy bill and you have energy, you might want to hear what I have to say. A friend of mine bought a home from me earlier this year. It's a great house. There's, nothing unusual about it. But 2 days ago, he gives me a call and he says, Bradley, my power bill is running way higher than it's ever been. He's got one of those apps that shows the kilowatt usage in real time. And it was showing that he was using about $10 a day in usage. Well, it comes out to about $300 a month, which is way more than he's been using, even in the summertime when he was running the air. So I made a suggestion. I said, you can always cut off your main breaker when you leave the house and watch your app and see if any usage is recorded during that time. Well, sure enough, he leaves the next morning, kills the main breaker to his house, calls me back at 10 o'clock and says, guess what? Power's completely off. And it's showing that I've used 30 kilowatts today, which at 13 to 14 cents a kilowatt hour would equate to about a few dollars. Nobody home, and he's still being charged. So he calls Energy, and they tell him basically that he's being charged on an average. But then he says, how is my usage going up when their breaker is off and there's no power to the house? And the representative went silent, like completely silent. I mean, he had to ask if they were still on the phone, that kind of silent. But then the crazy part comes into play. After the conversation, his app stops recording power. Only 2 more kilowatts were actually added, and by 6 o'clock, still no more usage recorded. So how does that happen? It's showing he's got this usage up until 10 o'clock. After the phone call, no more usage. Coincidence? I don't know. I'm not saying somebody's doing something intentionally wrong, but if people are being charged for electricity that they're not using, there's a problem. Check your bill, check your app if you've got it, and watch the daily use. If something doesn't look right, don't just ignore it. This can happen to him, it can happen to anyone, so stay alert and protect your wallet.
At this point, people aren't asking for a luxury lifestyle. They're trying to afford the basics. Something is seriously off when working harder still isn't enough to get ahead. If you're feeling these same frustrations, subscribe to Shana Real Talk TV, and let's keep having these real conversations. Happy every day.